Friends, neighbours, people of Clonakilty, people of West Cork, I stand here today before you looking for your vote. In Ireland's first free election, these are trying times, and now, more than ever, this country needs to come together and show unity, focused on the one common goal: an Ireland independent and free, safe and prosperous for all of its people. For 5 long years, I fought for these goals, and I fought without fear. But today, I'm afraid. I fear the one thing that will undo all of the work that the great patriots of this country have died for. I fear the one thing that will ruin and ravage these lands, and that is a civil war. We are not there yet, but there are those among us, our fellow countrymen, who have started down that road. I say now to these men and women, it is not too late to turn back. Turn your heels to that road and come and join me. This treaty is not the ruination of us, but another war is. It is now 6 months since I and my fellow delegates, nominated by Dáil Éireann, signed the Anglo-Irish Agreement, which paved the way for the Irish Free State. I know that it does not give us all that we had hoped to achieve, but it does offer a different way, an alternative that will not lead to any more bloodshed. We've seen enough. Now, many have suggested that when we travelled to London for negotiations, that we were travelling to meet a vanquished foe. This is not the case. We were travelling to meet one of the most powerful nations in the world that was coming to us with a seldom held attitude of compromise. We may not have vanquished our foe, but we have destroyed an empire. For the first time, in 250 years, British statesmen have relinquished their cherished empire, and in an official document, this former empire has been referred to as a community of nations. It is an admission by them that they can no longer dominate Ireland. The empire is broken, and it is the toil of Irish men and women who have broken it. Now, what does the treaty mean for you? Well, first and foremost, it means the withdrawal of British troops from this country and the formation of the Irish Free State. Now, it was not by any form of communication, except through military strength, that the English held this country. These people could not operate except for the military strength that was always here. Now, starting from that, I maintain that the disappearance of that military strength gives us the chief proof that our national liberties are established. Furthermore, we are defined as having the same constitutional status as other independent nations such as Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. And that is where we find our strength. Strength in our shared association with these other independent nations, which makes us stronger than if we stood alone. Now, we must look facts in the face. For our continued national and spiritual existence, two things are required: security and freedom. If the treaty gives us these, or helps us to acquire these, then I maintain that it satisfies our national aspirations. Now, deputies have spoken about whether dead men would approve of it. They have spoken about whether children still unborn will approve of it. But very few of them have asked whether the living will approve of it. Now, back on the 21st of December, I made a pledge before the Dáil that I would bring this treaty to the people and explain what it means. I pledged that I would bring it to you and to let you decide, because that is the republic that I hope to achieve. A republic of the people, for the people, and ultimately led by the people. Now, many TDs of Dáil Éireann would rather cast aside this treaty than bring it to the people. A vote for me is a vote for the treaty of December last. I know that the treaty doesn't give us the total freedom that we have been fighting for these last 700 years, but it gives us the freedom to achieve that freedom. I know that this treaty doesn't give us the republic that our comrades have fought and died for since 1916. But it is a stepping stone that will lead us to that republic. People of Clonakilty, when you go to the boys' school tomorrow to cast your vote, vote for me. I spent many a happy day in my childhood, nearly 20 years ago, with Master Crowley and Master Blewett, and I salute those two gentlemen here today. Clonakilty, vote for me. Vote for freedom. But most importantly of all, vote for Ireland!